Hey, Piper. Just coming at you with a little video here, a little chat and whatnot. I've just been sitting around here. Emily's been sick all day. She spent the night with my mom. They were out of school today. My mom called this morning, and she has been a sick little girl all day. It's kind of like she may have the flu. So we've been watching that, and if she's not any better by in the morning, I'm going to take her around to a little clinic and to the doctor. I've got a cousin that's a physician's assistant, and he'll be up there tomorrow and let him look into her. So I've been in all day with Emily. My wife had some things at work going on, so I just decided to be the babysitter today. So me and Em has just been laying around the house all day. So watching Andy Griffiths. Old Barney's about to get evicted from Miss Mendelbright's boarding house for cooking. So actually it's about over. Housekeeping, smoking some one that I reached back and grabbed, hadn't smoked this in a while, and it's a Just For Him from Springfield, Missouri. A place called Just For Him is one of their blends called Highland Whiskey. And this thing is made up mostly of Cavendish and Burley's are the prominent tobaccos in this. And I have smoked probably 6 or 7 different Highland whiskeys from different places. MA's, Just For Him. I think Peter Stokely makes one. Several blends, and there ain't a dime's difference between none of them. But it is a blend that I would recommend, for especially for people that like a good aromatic. I'd recommend you keep a Highland whiskey on hand. And but not every one I've ever smoked, you have to deal with a little tongue bite. So, but it's a good enough blend that I can deal with a little of that. Smoking it in this tinderbox pot, and I use the Frank method. This time, watched a video from Mike, aka Smoking Briar. He did one. It's like I said the other day, I've seen 100 videos on how to pack a pipe, but I always watch them and enjoy it. And I've been using that method today, Mike, and I'm gonna tell you it works. So we'll get this one going and see how this one works. This is the first time I've ever tried it. This is the second bowl I've smoked with the Frank method. Get that char light going there. But Old Highland Whiskey this is the second bowl of this I've had today, and it's been pretty good. This old pipe here, not to sound redundant, but I had ordered it. There was a pair of them. And this is not the one that I won on eBay. This is not the one that caught my eye, but brothers, when it come in, see the straight grain on it, beautiful. It won my heart, and it is it and a little Bajon that my wife got me on my 2 best smokers. And they're both the same way. When you take everything into consideration, how they feel in your hand, how they help it to blend the burn cool, the draw, how they fit in their mouth. I've got 2 that are my absolute favorites. And my absolute favorite. Like I say, other than Emily being sick, not a lot happening. Still not completely finished with my Christmas shopping. I've got a little bit left to do, and I ought to be able to wrap it up tomorrow. I went out a couple of nights ago and picked up some other things, and I was shocked at how little, how light the traffic was at some of the major retailers. And I was usually this time every year, you can't stir them with a stick, but it was not a bad experience. And of course, tomorrow is probably going to be pretty tough. But we had to totally redo the tree. I'm not sure if the cat knocked it down or I did not. They asked me when I went to buy it here a couple of weeks ago, said, do you need actually about 10 days ago, said, do you need a stand for? And I said, no, we've got one. Well, the stand we use is not designed for it. Wasn't designed for a tree that tall. Well, it fell over, and we managed to salvage it, and we thought the cat did it. And I still got doubts that the cat had anything that severe to do with it. I think she may, actually now she's terrified of it, but then it happened again, and it just wrecked it at that point. So we've had to put up another tree. Talk about sick to have to go that close into Christmas and go through all that, take everything off and put it back on. Hadn't been for Emily here, we probably wouldn't have done it. We'd have just gave up at that point. But we finally got it up and running, up and going. And you can't tell much with this deal, but and the lights are not spaced. But we went to some friends of my wife's parents have a hardware store, and they always sell trees every year, and we always go over there. Don't get us any special deal on it, but we like to do business with them. And they carry some good tree, they carry a good, and I'm not even sure what that is. It's some kind of fir, but they're good people, and we like doing business with them. They're local, and we bought from them for the last 3 or 4 years probably. But I may go back to an artificial if we can find one on sale after Christmas. We bought one about 12, 15 years ago. Even back then, it was a $300 tree. Gorgeous. And I don't know if you can tell about our ceilings in the house, but we've got the vaulted ceilings and it in the living room here, and we got one that would go to the top. Beautiful tree. And 15 years ago, it had a $300 price tag on. We bought it after Christmas for like $89, and we bought it, but it is worn slam out. We used it up until about 4 years ago. The little color codes are worn on it. I mean, it's just, we got our money's worth. And I refuse to go pay $300, $400, $500 at Hobby Lobby or anywhere else, Lowe's, for a tree when you can get it for 30% of that, at least half off if you wait till after Christmas. But the problem is, ain't none of us got no money left after Christmas, and nobody, that's the last thing you think about is buying a dang Christmas tree after Christmas, because you're ready for it to be over with. All you can think about is getting that one down and licking your wounds about how much you spend. So who knows? But we did do it one year, and we thanked ourselves the next Christmas. My wife did it. She bit the bullet and did that. But matter of fact, that was before Kmart left town. They went out of business, and that was their last hoorah. So but I haven't done anything out in the yard this year. Hadn't had time and hadn't felt like it. So, we just, Emily, I may get up in the attic tomorrow. She's not feeling good, like I say, but I've got some blow up, some Frosties and Snowman and some Santas I may drag down. But I ain't stringing no lights on the house. It's done too late into this, too close to Christmas. And nobody in the neighborhood did it this year. I want to tell you, there's two things you can notice when people's morale is down, when the economy's down, and the morale is just horrible right now in this country. People are just, they're downtrodden. The economy's horrible. There's no faith in the government. There's no faith in, just like with this Duck Dynasty deal. Now, that did prompt a little faith in fellow man. Because they have backed up and supported. People are tired of this political correctness stuff. But one of the things, and I'm not fixing to get off on a rant. I don't want a bunch of, I don't want to be bombarded with hate PMs and all that. If you're going to do that, I don't want to hear it. But one of the things you can notice when the economy gets like this and the morale gets like this, there's two things. People don't keep their yards up like they used to. We live in a neighborhood that's got probably 400 homes in it. They range from a middle class to extreme upper middle class. There's some houses down up the road, and certainly mine is nowhere close to that. Mine is just the middle class. But there's some houses up there that's got $1 million price tag on them. And all the way down to the spectrum of what I live. Mine is considered a shanty in the neighborhood, I can promise you. Nobody's keeping their yards up around here. I mean, used to, man, we'd get out here and we'd see, everybody working the yard. We had flower beds. People just don't have the energy. They're burdened. They're tired. They're worried. And another thing you can notice is they don't put up Christmas lights, and this is the least I have seen since we've been here. We need somebody to come in that White House. And I'm not saying that Ronald Reagan was the best. He was the first one I ever voted for, and I liked him, still like him. But there are some that hate him. But I will say one thing for Ronald Reagan is he got the morale up. If he didn't do anything else, he made you proud to be an American, and he made you feel good about yourself. And we have not had that in a long time, and we need it. We need something to get us boosted back up. And here I am getting political, and I don't like to do that. But changing the subject, moving on. Hope everybody is getting ready for Christmas. Hope everybody's families can get together. Our son is coming up from New Orleans, so we're tickled for that. And my wife's son, she had a little boy when we got married. And he and his wife and little girl are coming over on Christmas Day. And this will be our last Christmas with our son, so to speak. He's getting married in May, so it won't be our last. We're actually welcoming in a daughter-in-law that we are excited about and really think the world of. And but from here on out, they'll be rotating holidays, one with us and the next year with her parents. And so we may go south on some Christmases that he can't come up here. We'll just play it by ear. But anyhow, our tradition since my wife and I have been married is that on Christmas Eve we go to my parents' house, do our thing there. My brothers and sisters are all there. My mom cooks, and then Christmas Day we go our own ways. And then of course my wife's parents, her parents are divorced. Her dad and mom divorced when she was a little girl, but they get along great. Believe it or not, they come here with each of their. My wife's dad is divorced from his second wife, but he's got a lady friend. He brings her and my mother-in-law and my wife's stepdad. They all get along. We're able to sit down. We have a nice Christmas dinner and get along great. Exchange gifts, watch a ball game. So that's and sometimes my parents will drop in on us and have a piece of pie. Sometimes a couple times they came and ate. Because all of their children have scattered that day, so we've got where we kind of invite them over too, and my in-laws enjoy having them. But this year, and we've done it before, Mom and Dad, is we're breaking from tradition a little bit. Since we just got through with chicken and dressing or turkey and dressing, we do chicken and dressing rather than turkey and dressing for the most part. Of course, ham and stuff. We just got through doing all that at Thanksgiving. So every now and then at Mom and Daddy's we'll break from tradition. And a couple of years ago we did a Mexican buffet. This year we're frying catfish and some fried shrimp and doing boiled shrimp and big pot of gumbo, and we're just breaking from tradition. And then the next day they'll all come here. Like I say, my parents come this year, but we'll do the ham and chicken and dressing, and occasionally we'll bake a turkey. We smoke them at the restaurant, and sometimes we don't even get one. We're so sick of them by then, but sometimes we'll do one. And I use a sliced turkey that we buy by I think Smithfield. I'm not sure who makes that thing, but it's an expensive by the pound turkey that we buy, and the turkey breast, the big loaves, and smoke for selling turkey at the restaurant for barbecue. Believe it or not, in barbecue. But people want a turkey sandwich. Sell a ton of it. And one of the ways you can tell when you buy a loaf or you buy turkey to be sliced, if it slices real uniform, it's got a lot of fillers in it. If it crumbles when you slice it, it is a good brand. And this it'll stay together, but it's going to crumble some. It is out of this world. But it's expensive. I pay for it. When we buy it wholesale, it's extremely high even that way. But look, another thing I need to ask, I'm running out of time. Anybody knows where I can get a computer battery? Something under $100 rather than $125 or $30. Let me know. I need one for this laptop. It's a Toshiba. If you know anybody that rebuilds any, whatever, let me know. I got to run. I'm running out of time. Y'all have a Merry Christmas. I'll catch you before Christmas. Take care and God bless.